Welcome to part 3 of the tutorial on how to renovate a vintage lampshade. So today I'm going to show you how to balloon line this lampshade, and the reason we balloon line lampshades is to actually cover all the raw edges and the struts on the inside of the shade, just to neaten it up and make it look even more beautiful, so it looks lovely inside and out. You can do this in a number of different ways, either using the original fabric and cutting 2 pieces and joining them together and putting them inside, or a much easier way to get a good fit is to fold your original piece of fabric, the original cover, like so. Get that pin out. Notice inside this particular lampshade we've got 8 panels, 8 different panels. So the best way of getting a good fit for a balloon lining is not to do it in 2 pieces, but to actually break it down into segments. So I'm going to fold the original piece of fabric in half and place it. As you can see, there's a strut there and a strut there, so that's one piece. Because there are 8 panels, we're going to have 4 of these, because this piece equates to 2 panels. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're going to cut out 4 pieces from this pattern in the lining fabric and join them all together on the sewing machine. If you have any questions, please message me in the comments below and I'll do my best to get back to you. So now we're going to cut out the fabric. Here's the original piece that was on the original lampshade, and we're going to fold that in 2 and just give it a couple of pins to keep it in place. And then for this lampshade, we're going to cut out 4 of these pieces. You can use this system with any lampshade that requires sewing. Just follow the number of panels within the shade. Anyway, with this one, we're cutting 4, and we're going to put this on the bias. We always cut on the bias, and the bias, it means it'll stretch. So it's from diagonally, it's not straight up and down. So once again, we're going to cut out 4 of these pieces, place it on as best you can, and then again we're going to allow an inch at least at the bottom and the same at the top, but we're not going to allow any allowance at the sides. So we do not need to make any allowance from the cutting line at the side. So here we go. So an inch or so at the bottom, and no allowance at the sides. Another inch or so at the top. Doesn't have to be absolutely perfect. If you want to, you can draw around it, your template. Again, right up to the edges on the sides. So there we are. I've got my first 2 pieces cut, and I'm going to cut another. I need 4 pieces, so I'm going to cut another one of these. So I have 4 pieces to join together for the lining. I've cut out all my panel pieces, and I'm going to join them all together, making sure that I place them in the right position. And I'm going to allow about 1/4 of an inch sewing line down the edge here. So we'll do that, and then I'll show you how to attach the balloon lining into the shade itself. So I've sewn all I've sewn all the panels together for the lining, and I've trimmed the edges. I've also trimmed around the top and the bottom of this shade, and now we're going to turn the shade upside down, and wrong sides together we're going to put the lining into the inside of the frame, and we're going to pin, to start with, pin it loosely in position. Following the struts and the seam lines against the struts. So every other strut will have a lining, a seam line attached to it. One, and there's another one there, and there, and then at the top we're going to pull this through and loosely, just to keep it in place. Again, every other strut will have a seam line attached to it. Another one there. Another one there. So that is loosely in position, and now we're going to come back to the bottom and put more pins in, and then we'll do the same at the top. So I'll do that because that takes a little bit of time, and you have to just keep pulling into position until you get exactly what you want. So I'll carry on doing that, and then when I've done that, I'll show you the next stage. So now I've put all the pins in the top, so the lining is being held in position at the top of the shade. Just a little show of how the pins are put into the top of the frame to attach the lining. Here where the lining pulls up against the strut, we'll tidy that up later. Now I'm going to do the same at the bottom, and I'm going to pull all the way around as I go, as taut as I can. It's difficult to show you this on the video and this big shade, but working yourself all the way around, you need to pull this fabric into position and keep adjusting. You adjust and adjust and adjust until it's exactly in the right position without any buckling or folds in the fabric. So keep doing that, pulling it up as best you can, pulling it into position, and just put pins in as you can, especially when working with a very big shade like this. So I'll keep doing that all the way around, pulling in position, and then when it's pinned both top and bottom, then I'll show you how we're going to sew it together. I have pinned all around the top and all around the bottom, and you can see how beautifully taut it is. What I'm going to do now is to use some very strong thread and a needle and stitch with a running stitch the lining to the top of the shade, making sure I go through the binding tape which we bound around the top of the shade when we started. So I stitched all the way around the top, And I've also stitched around the bottom, and you can see how beautifully taut everything inside is. And now I'm just going to trim off the excess fabric all the way around the bottom and around the top. We don't want too much, but be very careful not to cut into the stitching lines. So all that's left to do once I've trimmed everything is to decorate the shade and finish off the struts inside to tidy everything up. Just to show you how we finish off the raw edges at the top, where the lining meets the top, it's pulled up a bit. So what we do is we take some of your binding tape and we simply pull it under and then over, and then we stitch that onto the top like that. So the final thing is to decorate the shade, and I've started to do that by putting a beautiful green braid around the top and then finishing that with a vintage, very vintage pink braid. And I'm going to place green around the bottom, and I'm just using a glue gun for this, as we always do. So I'll continue to do this, and then I've also got this beautiful vintage fringe which I'm going to use. It's new, but it's new to me. It's never been used, but it was an old vintage fringe which I got, which I was lucky enough to find in a antique shop. So I'm using that because that will go beautifully with a little bit of beading as well. So when I've done all of that, we'll have the finished frame. So I've completed the shade. It's absolutely beautiful. Completely different to when we started, beautifully balloon lined. I've used vintage trim all the way around, and I've used this vibrant green to pick out the greens in the fabric. So I hope you have a go at doing one of these yourself. Takes a lot of time, but what a beautiful result at the end. Thank you for watching Susan's Craft Cabin. I hope that you found the video useful. Please subscribe, and I'll see you the next time. Thank you. Bye bye.